And we are live. Great. So, uh, I'm waiting for Kevin and Richard to join the call. They should be here soon, I'm hoping. Just keep my phone handy to make sure that that's happening. Great. Say how's it if you are watching. I don't know if anyone's watching yet or not, but yeah, basically, today the plan is to, well, we'll do a few things. We're going to be going through like basically setting up Firebase, and honestly I haven't done this in a while, so I'm not like used to it like I always have been with the other stuff that we've been working on. So things are going to be a little bit, yeah, rusty and messy, but yeah, hopefully we can all get ourselves set up onto VS Code Live quickly and easily. Aha, you're here. What's up? Kevin, the chair fixer guys.
That's mine.
Yes. How's it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I normally log in with my Kev Mace, but I mean that's my um
Your furniture thing.
the one that's the default, yeah, the
Yeah,
default one that's set up, so I'll
doesn't
just
matter.
use that.
I don't
Yeah.
know when Richard will arrive, but we could probably look at your stuff that you were having. Uh,
Dude, I
if
don't
you
know
want.
what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, yeah, everything's so different the way we this time. It's just like, yeah, my
It's
mind's
like,
all over
it's
the
okay.
shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
Awesome.
I haven't tested what I told you to do, so
Yeah,
it could be my fault. Um,
I know. That's super chill.
so what was I gonna say? The Alright, you're showing the full contestants display, so yeah, we'll just show everything as is. What
Yeah, that'll just show everything.
um what was I going to do? I don't even know. I'm confused. Where do I start? So you're doing this on Code Sandbox, right?
Yeah, that's where it was. But I just
Okay,
sent
cool.
you the link for the VS for just now, anyways.
Okay, maybe we should just do it there then, because we can still test it. I think if we, I must just join your thing, because you can yarn start, and I can actually see your yarn started project in VS
Uh,
Code.
um, I
I
was
think.
trying. I was doing the start thing, but it was giving an error as well. I don't know why.
Okay, I have an idea of why that might be, but I'll check just now.
Yeah, I
Um,
think 'cause it's from Sandbox, eh?
no, I don't think so. I think you forgot to
No.
install your node modules.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it did say. No, the node modules wasn't found.
It's cool. So that's a very easy fix. You just have to say npm install, and then it will install the node modules.
Cool.
Um, I can explain the reason behind that. So like
Yeah.
basically those like your node was it your package.json file.
Yeah.
That file will tell you like every little thing that you need to like worry about. So
Okay.
like it will tell you if like it tells you that you need these modules and stuff. So because we have
Okay.
that and it tells you exactly what versions you need,
Okay.
um,
Cool.
you can like your node modules are chilled. Like basically,
Cool.
sorry, I'm distracted by the dish sounds.
No,
um,
it's chilled. They're going crazy. Yeah.
um, so yeah, basically, if you run
Can you just close
npm
the door there,
install,
please?
it will install all the node modules you need. But
Okay. Sweet.
when you like with GitHub, when you set it up, there's a .git ignore, um,
Yes.
and that .git ignore like tells you ignore posting node modules because they're always going to be the same.
Okay.
You'd rather like not because those node modules they get pretty big, like it's a whole library of stuff. So you don't want to keep that in
Yeah.
your source control if it's always going to be the same, whenever you
Yeah.
reinstall it.
Cool.
So yeah, we can see on your leaderboard app there is no like node modules folder. So
Yeah. Well, I said npm install now, so
Okay, so it's probably busy installing, right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah, cool. So
Awesome.
basically, when you update changes, when you push stuff to GitHub, it just stores like the record of like what node modules need to be there. It doesn't actually store the node modules there as well.
Okay.
So it just
Okay,
makes
cool.
your Git source control like smaller, so it's less stuff to push up.
Okay, sweet.
Because like if you change a version of like node modules or something, then like the whole bulk of the stuff changes, and then you're putting that into source control, which you don't really need. You just need to change like
Yes.
store the changed version.
Okay,
So that's how we can work around that. Um,
cool.
so theoretically, oh, I see you fixed the. We're not leaderboard anymore.
Yes, I sorted that out.
Cool. Don't know where Richard is. I think he must have forgotten. No, he
Really?
says give me a minute, so he'll be on
Oh,
soon.
there we go.
So is it still? I guess I could probably see your console. I don't know where the terminal. No, I only started looking at the terminal after you did that first command.
Alright,
It's all good. So,
sweet. It's gonna take a while, I think.
oh yeah, it might take a while first time. Once you do it again later, it doesn't take a while. There's also that's the thing I
Okay.
think why people prefer Yarn over Node like npm, is like
Yeah.
Yarn caches it all on your local machine, so that like when you
Uh,
if you're using like this version of React like in one project, it's like stored on your
yeah.
computer. So when you go to another one and you want to like install Node modules, it just uses the cached version,
Okay.
which is quite nice. So it does
So
speed up a
then,
bit.
when you create React app, like all that,
Yeah,
that obviously installs it already.
yeah. So that will install it already. But if you go and clone a create React app project from GitHub, then you need to install it manually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I see. I
Sweet.
think it's done, or at least it started creating node modules.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's halfway.
yeah. So that's cool. So that's why
Yep.
your app wasn't running. So
One.
Hello.
hey, Richard's here.
What's this?
Welcome. Oh, we
Thank you.
missed. Do you see the live share link in our chat? I must change my screen to
Uh,
match
Let me just see.
VSCode. We're here now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking on my other screen.
So it's on our like video chat thing. The bottom left there's like a
Okay.
little speech bubble, and if you open it and say show messages,
Little message box in the left.
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So when you click join session
Is the
on
message there?
VS Live Share, then you can just
No.
Okay, wait.
I'll just copy it. I'll paste it there again. No, you've got
Okay.
it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
cool.
Sweet.
So on VS Code, just go to the live share thing and say like join collaboration
So how's
session.
your guys' day been?
Pretty chilled. Just been
Yeah, it's
working and called a
been
friend.
busy. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing much has happened yet, but yeah. And you?
Pretty good.
Same, dude. We've just been messing around on this. Barry, I
Yeah.
can't hear you.
Can't you? Am I silent?
Can you hear Barry?
No.
No.
I hear me. What happened? I'm gonna. Uh, I know. I hear you, but you can't hear me. I'm just testing. Does this work?
Alright, I'm just setting up the live share.
Do you hear me yet? Now that I've plugged my stuff in and out. I'm just testing if it works on my
Can
stream.
Barry hear us?
Okay.
Don't know what's happening.
Do you hear me
Maybe.
now?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
now
a
I
little
can
bit
hear you.
better.
Right.
still, yeah,
Does it still suck?
it's a little bit jumpy.
Okay, weird. Maybe my whole computer is just giving up on everything. Okay, I'll change the microphone to my external one, my built-in one. Is that better or worse?
It sounds fun now to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, sweet. My stream was
Awesome.
still hearing it, so I was like, my mic's working. It's just the Hangout session stopped
That's
working.
so weird.
So I was gonna say, now you see there's like a million little things there on the side. You've got like over 1,000 changes on
Yes.
Git. Do not
Yeah.
commit that, because
Okay.
that git ignore file is not here for some reason. But that's fine. We
Right.
can
Okay.
fix it by just adding like a new. We're gonna add a new file like the root of our project. Call it
Okay. Cool.
.git. I think it's just git ignore one word. Yeah. And yeah, there we go. I can create stuff on your computer. This is wonderful.
Sweet.
Um,
Where are you in currently?
so I'm trying to get into the git ignore file, but it's taking its time.
Yeah. VS is a bit slow when because it's doing the download as well. And
Yeah.
Richard just joined.
And now I think if we just type in node modules, it's either node modules or /node modules. Whichever one we type in, like it should cancel all those changes. Maybe let's
I
try
don't think.
What? What don't you think?
Uh, I don't have the GitHub um, link. Or
It's there. And should we send it again? Oh, you don't
yeah.
need a GitHub link. You just need VS Code.
Okay.
You just need to join the VS Live session.
Okay.
Alright, so there I see you made the git ignore.
Yeah, I don't know which if it's supposed to be like just normal node modules or like I always forget the syntax for that.
Oh,
Let me go Google it quickly. Node modules.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, one of those worked. I just want to see which one.
how do you know it worked? Like what?
You see on the right where it used to say plus 4K stuff.
Yeah, now it's only one.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think if we do just this, it works. It ignores node modules everywhere for this directory. So
Okay.
now you
Sweet.
can like in your terminal just git add dot and git commit saying added git ignore file and then push that up.
Cool.
Well, you don't have to push it up now. You just add that in first. I don't see your terminal at the moment.
No, it's still downloading, eh?
Oh, okay. Is your node module still downloading? Okay,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Still got
But
so much.
the git ignore is fine. Yeah, it's fine. You only have to do that once, and then we're sorted.
Cool. And then I use how much just add.
Yeah, so git add dots like we
Cool.
did yesterday. So that just
Yeah.
stages everything that's changed for commit,
Oh,
and then you write your commit message. Richard's
Okay,
here.
cool.
Cool.
why did I do that?
You joined our git ignore file.
Yeah, I know, but
Our wonderful file of greatness. I mean, we do need to add you to the Firebase project because we created it yesterday. We just didn't do anything with it.
Yeah. So let me
okay.
go do that quickly.
Thanks.
So I'm just getting into Firebase quickly.
Sure. I think everything's just super slow because of this damn download.
It's Because you're not using yarn.
Exactly.
That's cool. Um, yeah. So I mean, I think I might be able to invite Richard to this.
What?
Because I think you made me like a leader person.
Yeah. Yeah. Leader. Joe, I don't know. I saw a guy riding his bicycle past you, no, no, man.
Like why?
Not supposed to.
No mask, nothing.
You dodgy strand people. We're not dodgy. We're just fine.
Yes, it's loading.
Yeah. So while we do that, I'm just busy in the background adding Richard to Firebase.
Cool.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Okay, but now I have to do the whole building thing, right? Or
No.
okay.
What do you have to do?
Oh, it's all there.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't have to do anything. Um, if you want to see the GitHub project, it's on Kevin's profile, so it is there. But yeah, when you VS Code Live Share just means that we all get to look at someone's workspace. So we're all looking at Kevin's workspace.
Okay.
So yeah, that is the plan there. Okay, on Firebase, I am going to find the ad. Cool. Right, so Richard, you should have an email to join Firebase now.
Okay.
And I'm going to head back over to our project database. Yeah, Kevin, just let us know when your node modules is done.
I will do, my bro. Looks
Then,
like it's.
yeah, Richard, once you're in, you can go check our Firebase like database that we have. I'll show everyone else that. I want to go make sure that Kevin added another contestant properly. Yeah, cool. There's the 5-point Harry in there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you gave me 20 point.
I gave you 20 points. And that gave me 10 points. So, yeah.
I know this.
I'm surprised it's taking so long. I mean, it's not like we have many node modules that we're adding. I guess it is the
Yeah, I
whole of
don't
like Create
understand.
React app, so it is like quite a chunk. When you use Create React app, a
Yeah,
lot of like dependencies go in the background.
yeah.
It's
But
funny
it's
if you've got
like,
like this TypeScript dev dependencies in there.
yo, it's going super slow now. But I
It's
think it's just
cool.
because we're doing a few things. But it's chill. Ah, it started moving.
The little line moved.
I love it.
Yay.
I hate it when it doesn't move, dude.
Yeah, you're like, am I even moving forward? Classic.
Yep.
I mean, we can start looking at your pages now, what you tried to do. If you are you comfortable with trying to do it again and then just having me watch you? Because like we don't have to have the project starting to go.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think what I saw you do is like you put your contestants display in there.
Yeah, I did,
Nah, you need to
but
remember that
obviously
the
we can't.
contestants display is just going to show you all the like
Yeah,
existing contestants. So
yeah.
you can't really
So
reuse that unless you like
yeah,
break it up a bit more and then reuse the other component part. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I must actually make like a single contestant from that, correct?
yeah,
Would that be
yeah,
best?
basically. But I mean, the rank thing is not going to be useful there because if you're looking at the specific person, you're always just going to see rank one. So you might just want to just like make a different,
Uh,
UI component for that and just show like the contestants. It's like, name and points on there. Like that's why I didn't like in my example that I sent you. I didn't use like the contestants display. I just made like another display showing the
yeah, another.
contestant and their points
Yes.
because like putting it in a table format's a bit pointless if you're just looking at one. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Cool. I like Firebase. It's quite nice.
Are you there? So yeah, if you go to the
Yes.
database
Oh yeah.
section there under develop on the left, then you can see like we've created
Yeah.
a contestants collection and there's like 3 documents in there. Each document represents a contestant. And that document's
Okay.
basically an object. And like every time you add a new document, it's just like you give it an auto ID. So that's what the crazy long string is. It's just their ID. And yeah, what you basically end up having is
Okay.
like this group. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have not done React Firebase in ages, and I keep saying that, and so this is gonna be very trial and error and looking up docs and stuff about how to,
Cool.
um, like, I mean, I might as well like React Firebase, yeah, get collection. That's a good start. So I'm like literally just looking at a Medium article, and everyone else can see it too. I'm like, okay, how do they do it? You start by just getting something to work, and then once you have something to work, we can work with that. Um, so yeah, we get my person sorted ASAP. It looks like there is a Firebase. There's a Firebase package, so that's the first thing we need to do. But you can only obviously do that once your stuff is working. So keep an eye on that. And we've created our database already, so that's good. Did that yesterday. And there's a bunch of config code that we have to copy and paste within script tags, but the script tags obviously we don't need. So I'm gonna make a new folder for that. But I need to go find that script code. So um, probably in the database usage. But this is probably just gonna tell us how much we've used it. Yeah, it's just stats on usage. Don't need that. So yeah, I think I just need to go to the project overview and it will show me that I can add this to our web app. Is that your brother, Richard?
Hmm.
Jamming his singing again. Still going.
Yeah.
Like, where do I add this to my web app? Come on, Firebase. I'm so sad. I can't find the quick way to just add this. Getting started.
I see this over here. How do I get started?
Firebase. Yeah. Getting what is it like? What do I want to get? I want to add, see, I'm going blank now. Like, I need to add Firebase to web app.
Yeah. 'Cause you have to
I'm just
add
trying to
an
find,
app.
like, where I get that stupid stuff. Like, it used to be so straightforward.
What you need, like a key or something.
Yeah, you need a bunch of configuration options, but I'm just, like, trying to find out where to get it on
Uh,
Firebase. There's like a YouTube
just go
video
to
for it.
your
npm, you can install the
project
Firebase
overview
CLI on your
and
system
then just say
as
add app at the top there, just under the heading.
Sorry, where was that? I missed that.
So project overview.
Yeah. It
So
says add
on
app.
the left,
Okay, yeah, cool.
add app. Yeah.
The web damn interface is
Yeah,
changing. I mean,
that's
I'm a
weird.
front-end developer. I should know this. So you need to register an app. So we're just gonna call it React app. We can set up Firebase hosting for this app, just for the heck of it, so that we can actually put it up somewhere. Yeah. And registering the app. So I'm doing that. I mean, if you want to watch over it later, you can just see what I did there, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm
Yeah.
just like following a bunch of inscriptions. We're not going to use the Firebase SDK stuff because we can just import Firebase via the node modules, so you can skip that step. So we need to remember to install Firebase tools, but that's globally. So, like, yeah, so that you can use it across projects. I mean, maybe I should just do that now quickly. -G tools. There we go. That will go on in the background. Nobody could actually see me doing that, but yeah. Firebase login, Firebase net. Yeah, we'll do that stuff later. Anyway, we've
Thank
created our React
goodness.
app. Oh, is it done?
Yeah, dude, finally.
It's
Yo,
okay, we got busy in the background.
awesome.
So our web app, I'm getting the config stuff. Again, you could also just see how I'm doing this like online. People can see our API key, but this is like a test project anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So totally fine. We can make like a new one if we wanted to be serious about this.
Cool.
So basically, in our source, I'm gonna make a new file. Let me make a new folder just because it like belongs in its own thing. I'll call it config.
Yeah.
And then here I'll say index.js. And we'll export Firebase config. We might have some other configuration in here later, so I'm not going to export default. You might have like other things. So we'll have a Firebase config in there. This thing, like again, I got it all from online. I just copy and pasted that const Firebase config.
Okay, cool.
It's on Firebase. Like once you create a web app,
Sweet.
then you can have like a config for it. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I keep forgetting to switch back to my right screen. So I made this config file here, or config folder. Just made this Firebase config here. So that's our great start into this. So yeah, just for our test, so your node modules is like fully installed now, it's all done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So next thing you'd probably want to do is
Yeah.
try yarn start now. See, I mean npm run start. My bad. I'm used to saying yarn start. Well, I think npm start just works.
Yeah.
And let me know if that works.
I must still do the git add and commit.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to.
Okay, cool. Can do it just now.
That's just to store it back to GitHub. So
Sweet.
yeah, but yeah, it's good to do that as well. But let me know if the project runs successfully, and then we can test if we can actually see it.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Yeah.
Richard, where were you? It says you only joined now.
Yeah, I was having some problems with joining. I had to rejoin. Yeah.
Okay, well, seems like
That's
things
weird.
are
I didn't see
working
your
out better.
terminal today like I did yesterday.
Serious?
Yeah.
Maybe if I close it and then reopen. Oh no.
No, it's weird. But I don't really need to see it. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, it shows me that I see this bash shared, but it's empty. Like,
that's weird.
maybe I should close it and open it again. Nah, weird. Oh well, I don't really need to see it. I know what to tell you to do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just need to
It's
see the
still
results.
starting.
There's like, yeah, it should take a while because you're doing so many different things at once.
I know.
It's cool. So, I mean, we'll get around to your thing, but yeah, I'm just like slowly looking up like how can we go check like so it says we need to oh yeah, I need you to do your Firebase thing. But I'm gonna make another folder called Firebase. I'm actually gonna remove the config thing.
Okay.
I'll just make a folder called Firebase. No, we can't make a file called Firebase. I'm gonna call the folder DB because it's gonna stand for like our database,
Okay, cool.
and our config is gonna actually go into there because we don't need to use it like multiple times. It just goes into the one place.
Okay.
Technically, you keep all this stuff in an environment variable, so it's not like part of your app source code, but doesn't matter now. Like,
Okay.
we're just gonna be lazy
Cool.
because it's like more things to learn about and worry about.
Yeah.
So for learning and stuff, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna delete that old thing. I know this will probably slow down your build because
Chilled.
it's gonna like hot reload and stuff. But
That's chilled.
yeah, once we have Firebase from Firebase, then we'll be pretty sorted.
Cool.
This won't work until we npm install Firebase. Sorry. Why are you complaining? Yeah. I'm gonna add Prettier to your project as well.
Awesome.
Just no, I'll do it later.
Okay.
At the moment, we'll
Says
be
it's finally
inconsistent.
starting.
Okay, cool.
So it's made some progress.
That's great. So say our Firebase.initialize, and then we're gonna export default like oh, that is yeah, we'll just call it DB. It's good. So we're basically taking our Firebase like setup and initializing our app with the configuration there. So that's like
Okay.
part of the setup code. So that should work, but just remember to npm install Firebase. Do that when you get a chance. Don't worry about it now.
Cool.
And let me know when the app starts up because that would be useful.
Yeah. It's starting up now. It's just loading.
That's cool. So our database is set up to read only. That's good. We've added a collection called contestants, and then we've added our like fields and stuff. So now think I'm just gonna do it like in our app. Sorry, I'm busy thinking and talking at the same time. It's not really helpful. The way that they like tell us in the tutorial that I'm looking at is they first want you to learn how to make one, but I'm like, nah, I rather want to show it first. Because if we can show it, then we can show making it like later.
Cool.
So yeah, let's say you add one. My word. Why did they only show us how to add one? Why don't they show us how to see one? I'm gonna look up the Firebase just docs, npm docs, because then we should see how to do stuff there.
Yeah, I would look up some stuff also, but I literally cannot even click on anything.
It's our sad little live sharing experience not going well. I mean, what we could always do down the line is I share, instead of like VS Code live sharing, is I just share my screen of what I'm doing with you guys, and then yeah, that could also work.
Yeah, because we don't usually do very much. You do most of the coding.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I don't know, maybe we do that now then. You just need to commit your work.
Cool.
Because yeah, if you don't, then
Cool. I will do it now.
cool.
Trying to see what the heck is happening. I don't understand why this stuff is so slow right now.
That's okay.
Like, this is just on another note, man.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's fine. While you do that, yeah.
Cool.
Basically, I need you to commit all your changes so that I can pull them, and then I should be good to go.
Okay, cool. But then must I also do the Firebase thing, before?
The Firebase thing. No, you don't have to worry about the Firebase thing. I'll do it on my side. Just yeah, commit the changes and then push it through, and then let me know once you've pushed.
Cool. Maybe I should just stop this loading now and just
Yeah,
cancel.
you can do that. You can stop live sharing basically if you want to.
Okay, cool.
I'll start. What was I gonna do? I'll start. I'll get onto GitHub and I'll pull your code. I'll pull it and then I'll pull it again. Like I'll clone it now and then I'll pull it again once you've pushed.
Cool. I'm closing. Cool.
And then I'll push it up later when I'm done. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, people can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I'm just on GitHub and I'm using SSH to get your stuff.
Cool.
And I'm busy installing Firebase tools on my side as well.
Sweet.
So that's the thing. I mean, if people do want to see, I'm basically chilling over here with this clone SSH and clicking on that. And I'm reading through the Firebase docs to see how to use Firestore properly. So many things to do. So we do our Firebase initialize app, and that's good.
I'm pushing. No.
Cool. That's great. If you're pushing now, then heck, I should just open another terminal. What am I doing?
Are you still on the app, or did it kick you off?
I'm not looking at the app right now, so I'm
Oh,
just busy
okay.
setting mine up. I'm just gonna put this whole app on my desktop.
Okay, sweet.
'Cause I'm
Richard, are
lazy.
you still on?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Cool. I'm just cloning into your leaderboard. Yeah, I'm still on the thing, but I mean it's fine.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But I'm gonna hop off anyway because I need to go hop onto the other project. So
Okay.
give me a second, and then I should probably share my screen to you guys on the Hangouts call.
Please do.
So yeah, let me do that. Just gonna share my entire screen, so you'll see like every crazy little thing I'm doing.
Cool.
When everyone else can't see everything I'm doing, they can only see what screen I tell them to look at. So yeah, cool. You guys see that? Where was I? Yeah. Cool.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just open a new folder, which is in my desktop. There we go. So I can show everyone else back to VS Code, which is currently showing nothing. Don't know why it's showing nothing. Wait, sorry, I went out. Even my thing's taking a while to load itself up. Okay, sweet. So classic me, I need to do my own yarn install. Probably not mixed package managers, that's a good point. Let me just do npm install then. It's like yeah. Don't use both package lock and the other one. But yeah, that will do its thing. So that's great. Let me see if we did get you that. Yeah, cool. We got the DB changes that you put in, so that's good. So I'm kind of busy looking up like how would we. I mean, I must remember to install Firebase. I've definitely got to do that. But then I've got to remember how to actually like see our stuff. So we're gonna do it like in our app file and just like console log stuff, I think. So that at the root of our app, like we see it in the console of whatever we do.
Okay, cool.
So just doing that. I must add Protea in. I'm gonna quickly sneak over to my project on GitLab. I guess other people can see that too. I'll go to I think it's just /Sudoku. Yeah, if I go here, then I can happily see my vulnerabilities and stuff. I want to use Protea to make everything look wonderful and glorious. So now if I'm gonna add a new file in here, it's going to be called .protea rc.
Okay.
And this basically just means if you have the Protea extension installed, which you should totally get,
Yeah.
an extension called Protea,
Okay.
then like your VS Code will do stuff wonderfully for you.
Cool.
So Protea code formatter. Now if I go back here and if I press save, everything goes to I think everything will go. It's not working. Sorry, this must be config. I'm gonna need to change some other stuff. I think in this you need to also have a the prettier like dev dependency installed. So I'll do that once my node modules is done.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that's taking a while, as we thought it might. I think it's worth noting, like, you have like a dependencies folder, and then you have a dev dependencies folder. I don't know why TypeScript is here, but you know, we'll leave it there anyway.
Cool.
It's just there. But basically, React is part of our main dependencies because we use it in our source folder. It's used in there, and so is React DOM. It's used in there. React Redux, React Router, React Router DOM. They kind of go together. They're used in here. React scripts is not really used in here. It's just used in our dev dependencies. So we don't actually need it to be part of our main project dependencies. Redux we do, but
Okay.
basically if it's in your source folder, if you're importing it into your source folder, it becomes part of dependencies. And like if not, then you can put in dev dependencies. It's mostly like a kind of syntax thing, like to
Cool.
keep the like them grouped according to how they're used, like how you use these dependencies. Dev dependencies is more like this is a development tool. So yeah, again, once
So
this is
if we
done,
do it that other way again, what I think would be best is like npm start before anything, and then send the invites. Maybe that would be even better.
yeah. Well, I mean, look, in general, this only takes long the first
Can you
time.
still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Do you not hear me?
I don't know if Barry is.
Why? Why does this
It's
happen?
gone again.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
are you saying?
I was saying, no, I think what we should do is like npm start and everything, and then we just send it through.
Before you start the whole YouTube
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to set everything up.
Do you hear me yet? Is it better? No. Why? Okay.
Where did Barry go?
Why have you lost me?
No, you can see me.
Oh, there we go. You're back.
I'm back. Let me just try this
Yeah.
again. Wait, is that better or worse?
Uh,
Well, you can still hear me, right?
yeah,
That's
that's
perfect.
much
Okay,
better. Yeah.
cool. I don't know why that happened. I just like stopped working, so I just yeah. Anyway, yeah, back to VS Code. Let me show everyone else VS
Cool.
Code. As I was gonna say, this only takes long the first time that you like install. The next time, like the first time after you clone, so we're never gonna have this issue again, theoretically. So because this at the moment it's installing all the node modules for the whole project, which is quite a lot.
Okay.
So I mean, most of the time we're not even going to be installing new node modules, so it will just work.
Cool.
But yeah, it is a bit of a like, okay, that's been forever, like just doing stuff.
But we need it, so
We
it's
need it.
important.
Okay, I'm going to go back to researching Firebase and how to Firebase React.
You can always put a disclaimer on the YouTube video. Just skip to what?
It's going to be like a
Just skip
disclaimer on every video.
to yeah, 60 minutes.
Oh, there's a React hooks with Firebase Firestore. That will be fun. Let me check that article out. Show people that. So this was written like a month ago, a month and a half.
Nice.
So yeah, they make our life a lot easier. Firestore, da 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 da. I know about this stuff. Just tell me how to do it. That would be great. Okay, cool. We have that. CSS stars resurrected from the 1990s website graveyard. Okay, we've got this part done. Like our DB is
Yeah.
firebase.firestore. Are we using Firestore? Yes. Yeah. So what we're actually going to do is export defaults firebase.firestore here. Because that's how they do it in the docs. Yeah, that all matches up.
Cool.
So our DB is the firebase.firestore. Perfect. We've done that. Sorry, I'm just skipping through this all. Yeah, again, he's using environment variables. But yeah, you know, so he sticks his little environment variables in there. But like we're just being lazy and insecure by putting it directly into our app source code. Because we don't care right now. We're just learning.
Cool.
And then there's more places for things to go wrong. But basically, yeah, so their create grocery list, like they've just made a function that like creates stuff and adds it there. Like takes a collection and adds another document to it, and this is the document that they add to it.
Okay.
Don't really care about that, because I don't want to know about writing. I want to know about reading first. I mean, we could. Wait, how's this doing? What the heck? Okay, doesn't matter. Why? Why did those things fail? Sorry.
Just chill, my bro.
Can't find module NAN. Why? Okay, weird. Anyways, that's done.
Cool.
So I think it theoretically kind of works. Let me just not yarn start, npm start.
Yeah, mine, I did it now and it worked, hey?
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
So that's starting up.
Cool.
Okay, cool. There's a grocery list and grocery list state. He's got that. He's got a use state. He's loading state from Firestore as a side effect. Great, good progress. I mean, maybe what we'll first do is we can first write, since every freaking tutorial shows us how to write, not how to read. That's the app starting up. So, like, yeah, they have a use effect. And this is if the grocery store list ID exists, then they get the grocery list and then they set this list. Okay, so this is how to do it without converting it into a custom hook, which is kind of what we want, because we want to know how this works first, and then we can like fix it later. So I'm trying to think. I could do this in Redux, but it'd be complicated. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm like thinking ahead and not thinking about the best way to do things. Because technically, if we're using Firebase, we shouldn't be using Redux for that Firebase thing. They shouldn't use Redux as like the middleware. Because we could just have like a custom hook that like does that. And this is how they wrap the whole thing into a custom hook. Really. Okay. It's all good. So we'll worry about like making it pretty later. But I think what I want to do is that use effect that we had there.
Okay.
What did I want? Where did they get the Firestore service from?
They probably created their own service somewhere.
I think it's yeah, probably. But where did they create it? Why didn't they show us?
Is there any way you can download the code? Because then maybe you can see the service.
Yeah, here's the full
Oh,
source
full.
code. I will go look at that. I'm trying to think of like a nice way that works for us though in the process of this, so it's very much like cool. I get you. So yeah, they're importing Firebase. There we go. All good. Firebase initialize. We don't really need to authenticate right now. Create grocery list. So they're creating it. They're like, okay. So they have a grocery list things, and like basically the user, like their grocery lists includes like the grocery list is created and it has users assigned to it. Very weird. But where's the groceries on there? So okay, that's how they do it. They do a db.collection.doc like to get.
Okay.
Okay. So getting the collections, they're getting the grocery. So many things. Okay, so we can actually just do a db.collection. Maybe we can do that. Okay.
All right.
Let's just check. Does our app work? Yes, it works. Okay. I'm gonna
Cool.
inspect so that I can see my console. Why is it not doing that? Yeah, sorry. I've been doing some mobile dev, or responsive developments, so it's like still set like that. Change that back to that. Let's put my normal stuff in there. No, don't put my normal usernames and stuff in here. Back. No, never. Cool. So console.log. It's complaining about manifest JSON, but that doesn't matter. That's part of your like public stuff over here. There should be like a manifest JSON in there, but there's not. I think with React.js it will set that up.
Cool.
If I get rid of that, it will fix that. There we go. Commented out that thing.
Cool.
Yeah, what I usually do is I have two little tab things open here. Let me just show everyone else. So I'll have I'm just gonna like one for like doing my commits and stuff, and one to keep running the project. So I mean, like, what did I really do in here? Added prettier, and improved Firebase config. There we go. And then I'll push it later. What I wanted to do now is I need to npm install Firebase. That needs to be done. And then while I'm at it, I should have done it first. Because I can't change this while this is happening. So yeah. Oh, Travis joined us. What are we building? So basically, like, what we have been building in the past few videos is this random little contestant leaderboard app. So it doesn't really do anything big and special, but it's mostly just to learn about different things about React. Sorry, I replied a bit late to that. I don't know how long ago you sent that message. But at the moment we're learning how to use Firebase, but like, I'm out of practice, and so is everyone else. So it's not the most.
I'm very out of practice.
Not the most exciting stream, and you really didn't miss much. But yeah. I just like, oh, my npm installs take so long because I'm streaming and joining you guys on the call and sharing my screen to two different
Yeah,
places.
hectic.
So yeah, while that happens, we're gonna move React scripts down to dev dependencies because it belongs there. And again, theoretically TypeScript doesn't belong here because we don't use TypeScript in here. So maybe I should get rid of that. I will, yeah. Nah, it's gonna complain. Like this always happens. I always edit my package JSON while I'm busy like installing node modules and things break. So let me go to what we wanted to do there. We wanted to do so many like things about Firebase that I just don't know. It's terrible. But I guess let's start with gotta make this alphabetical. That's what I need to start with. So we're importing DB from DB because we set that up over here. We're
Alright,
exporting default. This is our DB. So
okay.
Firebase.firestore is our like DB basically.
Alright.
And then
Cool.
I just want to see if this does anything. It should be contestants because on Firebase, sweet, thanks Travis, says it sounds fun. So contestants, if we look at what we've set up on Firebase, let me change my screen. We have in our database area here, so many things, so many little things. Things are just running really slow for all of us. South Africa's internet is dead because of like
So dead, man.
lockdown and stuff. Everyone's like YouTubing and stuff all the time instead of like
Yeah.
actually doing their jobs.
And it's gonna be so much longer.
So we made this collection and we've said contestants. And there's a bunch of contestants here. They're all their own little documents.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing their thing. And then here in a little React app that we have running, something broke because it couldn't find Firebase, which makes sense because we are still adding Firebase to our project, which is almost done. If we go look back at our VS Code, I don't know why this keeps happening. I think it's because it might be because I'm not like sudo doing things, but there's just something really weird. Cannot find module NAN. Oh my word.
It's a number.
So my node modules aren't actually like there though.
They're not there.
Yeah, what? Where are they? Wait, I just had to refresh my Explorer, but I mean like, why is there an undefined node module? Which stupid dependency is messing up? I'm not gonna debug that. Everything seems to be working fine, so I don't even care. Okay, cool. Let me run npm install save dev -- save dev and add prettier because that's a useful thing in our dev dependencies. And before I do that, I'm going to get rid of this TypeScript thing, and I'm gonna move React scripts down to there because that's where they belong. And I'll save that, and now I can run my other save script. I messed up. I made a typo. Let's do it again. There we go. Sweet.
Cool.
So, oh my word, I made typos up here too.
There's a real comma there.
Yeah, why? Save that. Maybe things won't break. It's like running on handicap mode. I should have like multiple things. Okay, yeah, it's complaining because of that typo that we had in our package JSON. We'll fix it.
Nana, did you just you npm install Firebase, eh?
Yeah, so it's up here
Yeah.
in our package JSON. So that's done.
Okay,
It's
cool.
there. Now I'm installing Prettier, so that it auto
Sweet.
formats when so that
Okay,
it will
cool.
auto format stuff. I also removed the TypeScript dependency. When you run npm install, it basically just looks at this and makes sure that you have these packages installed and that they're working and stuff.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. So that is that. Crazy stuff.
So Barry, why can you put React scripts in dev dependencies?
Because we only use it, like we don't use it in our source folder at all. React scripts is
Okay.
actually a command. Will npm run React scripts. So the only place you use React scripts is over here, basically.
Okay.
So when we start, it's like it's used in here. TypeScript is another example that will go into dev dependencies because it's not part of the app code. It's just part of your developer experience code.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like
Okay.
required to be part of your app. Some people just
Sweet.
put
Okay.
everything in dependencies, but this is like a little bit better because the way your project builds will be different. You won't have unnecessary dependencies in the build.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, sweet. Anyway, that's taking its time. I'm really, really hoping that we get this to work. I need to console.log this, not just call it. Because that's what I wanted to see. Like, can we actually get this collection? Because we were looking at this other thing. He's made a bunch of functions that just do stuff. So add grocery list item, stream grocery list items. I think it's on snapshot. I think the observer is the thing that changes. I must go see where this stream grocery list items happens.
Okay.
Because the on snapshot means like on a new change. So I mean, I guess if I could show my other screen while I'm on this, that's what I'm slowly remembering about this. So yeah, you can go look and get a collection, and then we can like say order by if we wanted to. Like in this case, this person's got like a collection with a document that has another collection in it. So you could just chain events onto it. So we could even order this by like, an item in that. We can order it by the document like points or something, I think.
Okay.
So that's where we could like, put your people in the right rank.
Yes.
And then you have the on snapshots, and that means basically on snapshots, so on a change, then you put the observer function in there, and that observer will like do stuff. But I want to see how it's implemented, so I have an idea of what it's supposed to look like. So stream grocery list items. Must find out like where it's being used in the app. So yeah, that's their services is a Firebase service. I think that's what they did. Yeah, so the whole thing is just the Firestore services, which is probably a good way to do it, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like put everything in there.
Nice.
I mean, yeah. So they make their DB there and everything, and they've got some hooks here. No, I don't want to use the query string hook. That's not really what we want. No, that's just finding files. It's not finding in files. I wonder if I can go and find like where in this. I'm just like looking around. Okay. Maybe I should go to the main app and start there and see what's showing.
Cool.
So stream grocery list items is not in here. but maybe we'll have an idea of where they call it. So probably in their join list. Can go to there. Go there. Yeah, there we go. I'm in the join list. And there's a stream grocery that starts me here. No, it's not. So I'm gonna go back. I must find it. Like, let me guess, the like freaking streaming is gonna be like in the hook that I don't want to actually look at. Hey, what's going on? Fannam. Yeah, sorry, we're a bit lost at the moment, so nothing exciting to show you. What was I gonna say now? I wanted to do, I want to actually test if this is working now. Is this good? Yep, it's there. So, yeah, it looks like you're using the that's fine. Yeah, you see if you do this stuff, you get like pretty much nothing. You get a whole bunch of like weird command stuff, which is not like what we want. So, if we, so many things. Let me just check if Pretty is working while I'm at it. If I save, there's some VS Code settings that we have to do for that.
For the Prettier.
Yeah, I don't know why those are in there, but yeah, we need to do like a file.
You know what I think like things are a bit different on here is because it's from Sandbox, bro. I think that's why.
Yeah. So we have to do. I think there's a bunch of different commands you can do. Oh my gosh. No. On save. Editor. Dot. Format on save. This needs to be true. This means now if I save here, it fixes. So everything looks like how I want it to look.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And this will happen with all our files now. But that's
Okay,
going to be
cool.
stored in our GitHub stuff. So I'm just going to like commit. Sorry, I spelled add wrong. And just do environment checkpoints, I guess. Doesn't really matter if you spell that wrong. I always spell my commits wrong, even like in professional sense. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people can read it. It's fine.
It's chill, dude. Yeah.
The more spelling mistakes you make, the faster you're working, so the more you get
We-
praised.
We're not doing spelling bee. We coding, man.
Yeah. The more broken
As
your
long as the
commit messages
commands
look.
are right.
Yeah. It's basically like, yeah, the more broken your commits look, the better. What was I gonna do in here? I just want to get to a point where I can like, show you stuff. Let's go back to the services and see that. I think I had to say like .get or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me see what options there are here. So many, it's loading. Let me show these guys back to my VS Code screen. I don't even know. I'll just say .get. Maybe that does something. Really just trial by error here. Now it gets me a promise. So that means I have to do a .then. Or on snapshot probably. That's what I have to do. I think this is right. Sorry. I'm gonna just check the other stuff quickly. what is the doc get? It's a promise, and then it's oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad right now. Maybe that will do something. I've always struggled with the Firebase docs. Like I've always found it so annoying. Basically everything by Google is annoying. Like they just don't make stuff developer friendly. They are broken things. You know what? Let me go Google another thing.
Be careful what you say.
Firebase get collection.
Because Google owns YouTube as well.
Yeah, I know. It's just a good way to get my reviews out there. Get data with Cloud Firestore. I just want to get the whole collection as it is. Like, get me all the documents of a collection. Yeah. Get a document. So you do get, but I don't understand why. Let's type in get all. See if there's anything. 0 out of 1. What is that supposed to mean? So there we go. We're saying our doc get, but there's no get. There's no like, yeah. Okay, so we have a dot then, and then we say doc, and if doc exists. Okay. Progress. Let's try copy that whole thing, and then we move back to VS Code, and we'll say all that. Change it to ES6 because we're cool that way. And change that to ES6. Clean it up a little bit. This shouldn't work. Because this is still assuming that we're getting a specific document. So it's not going to work. Nah, magically all come together, please. No, wait. Let's remove that colon. And probably this. What is wrong? What is wrong with this? Why are we complaining? Yeah, I'm very stuck with Firebase. It's just like not my thing. I haven't worked with it before, but we want to like, you know, use it, so it's like all that stuff. There's my problem. I left out my brackets there. There we go. Everything's pretty and working, but not working because, yeah. So I'm very stuck with Firebase because I'm always stuck with Firebase. This is just my life. This is how things go. This is like my kryptonite in coding is Firebase. Because I'm a front-end developer and this goes into not front-end stuff. Because I don't like their docs. Like, I do not understand how to freaking get, yeah, information. Like, I've gone to a simple collection and I just can't get anything. We're checking our app, no such document. Yep, that makes sense because I'm not referencing a specific document. I mean, theoretically, let's just test, like, are we able to get this stupid document? So we can say .doc and put in this crazy string Okay, I don't know why the crazy string decided to like multi-line itself. It's not what I wanted. This should work. I should like Stack Overflow it. Because the client is offline. No, the client is not offline. I'm online. I am streaming to people, and I'm streaming to you guys, and I'm doing all the things. Okay, cool. So that works.
Okay.
We're able to get a specific document.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, can I get all documents in collection with Firebase? How do I do that? No, I don't want to watch your stupid Firebase YouTube video. Oh, there's a Stack Overflow question. It's probably going to say it can't be done. Okay, sorry, I'm reading Travis's comment over here. Also a front-end kind of person, which is cool. And yeah, I've used Prisma before. That was pretty cool. But also, it's like that. I spend so much of my time like trying to avoid doing full stack stuff, and that's like how things go. So there's a front-end database called Gun, which is not front-end database, but like a front-end friendly database called Gun. That sounds really cool. I should actually check it out, because all I want is something simple. We should look into that. Thanks, Travis. That's really useful. And you've messed with PG and MySQL and Redis. Yeah, still like front-end databases more because they're simple. Yeah, I agree. Like I just hate maintaining like server-side code and stuff, and most of my projects are simple enough to not have to worry about that. So yeah, that's cool. Sorry, Richard and Kevin, I've just ignored you guys to talk to Travis.
No, sure, bro.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Like, this is my life right now. I'm just like, I'm great at front end, and then everything else I suck at. There's like that, you know, I'm like really good at really like one thing, and then after that I'm useless. So this person started off trying to do this in React Native. They tried to get the events, so they went to Firebase.firestore. That's our DB that we have there.
Yeah.
Okay, and they made an await, which is cool. If you did await, you shouldn't have to do dot then.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so they've done that. Prints all objects but one by one, but log2 is undefined. Gotta bring my laptop closer. My other one, my Travis conversation laptop, because he's being a legend. Anyway, the examples and the other ones are necessarily complex. This would be more straightforward. If you just want to return the raw data objects for each document, that's cool. That's what we want basically for now. We can be more insane later. But I'm gonna look up that Gun database solution like afterwards. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I mean, just based off of Travis's opinions, we shall listen. Good answer. So const snapshot await. We'll get something. Return. Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. I'm gonna make just this function. I'll put it like in our DB thing here. Maybe we'll call this services as well. And then just return like our stuff like from here. So yeah, our default is there, but we're also gonna export a bunch of other stuff. make it a ES6 function. Export const get marker equals async. There we go. So it's asynchronous, which means we put the await in there. Okay, cool. So you can map the snapshot. That is wonderful. So you can actually technically just no, that's right. We do this. We call this contestants.
Yeah.
There we go. And we're gonna say get contestants. So we made a function here in our services. In app, we're no longer importing from DB, we're importing from services. And we are importing get contestants. And I mean, you've got to like manage loading states and all that right now, but theoretically it would just, you know, I don't know if this will work. I'm so like broken in my thinking right now. Like
You can
once you
always
get a
take a
nice way,
break.
yeah, but I don't feel like taking a break. I don't want to take a break. I refuse. Because if we get this done, it's good progress. We can worry about like, you know, managing the fetching of it like later. But basically we should console log get contestants. What you could do is basically set a state and say set state is fetching, and then like, I don't know. I don't actually know. Let's see if this works. So back into React. Yeah, sorry. I didn't even show what I was doing on VS Code there. So don't complain that there's no such DB file. I've changed things. Oh, it's still compiling. So guess I'll show everyone else what was happening here. I made this get contestants thing here. It was based off of the solution that we just saw in VS Code. So in services, I just made this new get contestants, which is an async function, and like got the snapshots, and you await to go fetch it, and then you return the snapshot like as is. So that is that. Let's go check how it is doing. Just got a freaking promised pending, the promised value. Okay, cool. So I think it acts as a
Yeah.
okay, cool. I have an idea. So this is what we have, which makes sense because our function is a promise, so we actually did have to still say the dot then, you know, in there to get the value. So we get our points there. So now, like, we're gonna do this. I know we're tired and exhausted, and we'll probably just continue this like tomorrow or something because we're like lazy. But at least we're gonna get the contestants like showing for the for our components. So
Cool.
now that I know that this works, what I assume you can do is you can for our components and our contestants display over here, we're gonna have that contestant, and I'm gonna sorry, I must show VS Code to people. No, they are seeing VS Code. That's good. I'm gonna split this up here just so that we can see our admin, and we can see the we can see our app component, how we put it up there. And then we can see this. So instead of using our selector to get the state for contestants, we are going to we're going to get contestants like we had there. So up here I'm going to import get contestants, not like that, just like that. And I will say, oops, I made a mistake, from, and this is from services, all good. Now we're going to have two things here. We're going to have our contestants like sitting there, And this
Cool.
contestants, the way it's gonna, wait, what am I saying? I'm gonna use state. I'm gonna use state for this. And we're gonna have a loading state. So we're gonna say const is loading, or call it is fetching. And then set is fetching. And that's going to be use state. And by default, we'll make it false. And we're going to use effect as well. And I'm going to make contestants in here. Contestants and set contestants. There's probably like better ways to do this, but my goal right now is to get things to work. And this will make it work without breaking stuff. So this is going to be an empty array. Now, if I can remember correctly, it just comes with name and points. That's perfect. So it's an array with like 3 values, name and points. So it's exactly how we had it set out. We're going to use effect in here. So when the component mounts, we will do that fetch. So we're going to put a use effect in here. And yeah, Richard, I don't think you've ever seen use effect before. And Kevin's only seen it once, and he didn't really get to see why we use it. Oh my gosh, if I could spell use effect correctly. There we go. So use effect basically has a callback. And then it comes with a dependencies thing. So our dependencies, we don't have any dependencies. Like basically every time a dependency changes, then we will run it again. But we just want this to run once on the component mounting. Maybe if we got some sort of snapshot change thing in there, we could add that in, and then like once we see that pattern and how that works, we could make a custom hook out of it. But right now we're being lazy, so let me be lazy. So next thing I'm going to put in here is immediately as the component starts, I'm going to set the is fetching state to true. So we're showing that we're fetching. And then we're going to set, we're going to call the get contestants. And that's a function where you can say .then, and you can say .catch. Catch is if an error happens. If an error happens, we will do an alert, just saying like, because we're lazy right now, something bad happened. There we go.
Cool.
I mean, we can do an alert and we can console, like log what the error was if we want to. So we'll put it into like 2 things, and then we'll console.log log the error. Okay, but then for the then, we should get I think we'll get contestants. I think this should just return our contestants as it is, and then we can set contestants. I'm just going to call it results, because we'll have the names matching there and there.
Cool.
So set contestants to results. I'm like, finally think I know what I'm doing. I spelled contestants.
Yeah.
Wrong. Very, very wrong. Assigned but never used, that makes sense. We are not using use selector anymore. And we are going to be using this. The way I want to use that is I want to say if is fetching, then we'll just like return like an h4, I guess, for now, saying fetching contestants. Kevin's mind's probably like, what the heck is going on? I'm just gonna like have that moment of truth and test this out.
Okay.
So it's fetching contestants. And did something happen? No! No! How does this promise work? Let me go check the Stack Overflow thing. It's not working. Can't snapshot equals await firestore. Oh.
Then yeah, you have to for each. Eh? Or what?
No, because the fetching doesn't. I get exactly what we have to do. It would probably help. So one, I've got the dot fetching here, and two, I don't need this app thing anymore. I'm getting rid of that. So the thing is, we didn't tell loading to stop. So we didn't set loading back to false.
Okay.
Which totally makes sense. So down here we set contestants, but we also want to set is loading to false. Once we see a pattern on how this stuff all works, we can probably make it easier. Set is fetching, sorry. Okay, cool. I'm saving that. I'm moving over to our React app. Cool. Something went wrong. Yep, no, it's good. So we see loading page. That's our lazy loading for the routing. No contestants yet, fetching contestants, and it fetches the contestants.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool. And now if we go into our Firebase and if we delete, no, how do I delete this guy? I don't even know. I think you could just delete both these things. I've deleted Harry.
Cool.
Now if we go to this, he still stays there, but if we refresh, then we'll have like an empty name with 5 points there. I might actually crash because the data is no longer matching how it should. Yeah, there we go. Harry's empty.
Okay.
And if we delete
Cool.
his points, then the whole document should automatically delete. That deletes. And sorry, I have to go back to the React app. And we have to reload this again because we haven't set it up to like kind of stream the data so that we're listening for a snapshot change. We'll figure that out another day. But fetching contestants, no, something's broken. The document's not actually deleted. No, it's not. How do I delete this document? I don't want to delete the collection. I think I just go here, say delete document. Yeah. If I delete the whole document, then that whole document's gone. So now we refresh this and it won't look dumb. I see it's doing that like the setting fetching. I mean, we could theoretically take this out and just put this, make it start as true.
Okay.
Evan's picked a good time to start jamming drums.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I actually have to go.
Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna
chat to.
We'll go close off like pretty soon anyway. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Cheers.
Cool.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah, I'll chat to you, Kevin, later.
Cool.
We can just
Sweet, man.
discuss the stuff. Cool.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet, man.
Sweet.
Later,
Cool.
boys.
Yeah. Cheers,
Or
Richard.
later. Dude.
Cool. Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, so that actually works, which is cool. I mean, it's a good start. Took us forever, but we got set up and we have like a nice basis to go off now where we share screens and stuff.
Yo, okay.
Yeah, so I think let me just like talk over what I've actually done.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
Because it's like really confusing.
Yeah.
You close everything else. Um, so there's two things here. There's the get contestants, which we created in services.
Yes.
So I mean, this stuff all here is just setting up Firebase, its configuration, like following the
Yeah.
docs kind of thing. This get
Cool.
contestants is like because it's async.
Yeah.
It's like called a promise. Um,
Okay.
and like the way these work is it basically means it runs, but like it starts running, and then other stuff after it will keep running.
Okay.
But this thing, it kind of it starts its own thread and it goes and like runs somewhere else. Like
Okay.
so, like it keeps going, like there, and everything else that you have can pretty much you can still go and console log here. If you console log like something here,
Yeah.
did that wrong. If you console log that something, then this line would actually most likely run before these lines run,
Okay.
because like this thing is starting like the fetch, and only once it's like finished, like
Yes.
once it is finished doing this, it returns this thing. It returns the
Okay.
information.
All right.
So you can even like there's another way to do this kind of thing, is like what you do is, which I actually think is nicer. So I'm gonna get this out. Is we can say that this whole thing is an async function. If we say it's async
Okay.
here, await basically means wait until this line of code is done, then
Yes.
continue. So
Okay.
what we can do is we can wrap this thing in a try catch. I don't know if you've heard of try catches before.
No, bro.
So basically, a try catch means try run this piece of code. If it doesn't work, then run this.
Okay.
Like if it breaks, then you run this. It's best to kind of avoid them unless you're doing it for like cases like this, and then you get an exception here, and you can just say. And I forgot, in our error we have to say it stops fetching as well.
Okay.
So, like, what we do in here is for the error, we'll do the alert something bad happened. And well, I guess like you call it an exception for catching actually. So I'm just gonna console.log ex. And then after that happens, I'll set is fetching to false as well, because
Yes.
we're no longer fetching. But the try part,
Cool.
we're gonna say const results equals get contest, or it's gonna equal await get contestants.
Okay.
So this way you can see how both of them work. So we're waiting for the get contestants to happen. Then after that we'll run the then, and the then is basically
Okay.
this line. So these two things do almost the same, like pretty much the same thing. I just need to put
Cool.
the set is fetching into there. So yeah, I think this is nicer.
Alright.
Like you can kind of see like, okay, cool, we're fetching.
Yeah.
This is a newer way of doing things.
Okay.
And
Cool.
updating state like that. So
Yeah.
let me just 100% sure make that work. Make sure 100% that works.
Cool.
Cool. And I'm saying that. So we need to, yeah, I think in the sidelines for tomorrow I want to try and make sure that I can make it update like real time.
Okay. Cool.
So that we don't have to refresh the page every time things change, and then we can work
Yeah.
on making service functions to like add a contestant and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and we can order it by. We can see how to. We can call it get ordered contestants, and order it by their
Okay.
points or something. We can look into that. But yeah, that's great. We got something working, which is awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry, I must just go test now. If sheesh, and I haven't even been showing that onto VS Code. Idiot. That's what happened. you can see there I replaced our method. Let me just scroll down for them. I replaced the old one with this. Move that down a bit. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so that's that. Let me just check, is our local host still working? I think some things might have. Oh, what has crashed here? Oh, okay.
Can't wait.
So the hook function itself is asynchronous. You can't make it asynchronous. It's a synchronous thing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we can make another function, const fetch contestants. We can add this, and we can make this async. So then in there we'll put this chunk of code.
Okay.
And then in the use effect we can run fetch contestants.
Cool.
So yeah, that should theoretically work. There's probably another way to stream it, and then we can make our use effect like, watch the dependencies for the streaming income. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that later. So this should work. We'd say get contestants was never used in app. Oh,
Okay.
it's in app.js. It's just this over here. We stopped using that.
Cool.
Sweet. So now if I go check on our app, it works.
Okay, awesome.
If I change this Chrome. Yeah, so this works. Obviously, if let's go add Richard as another document.
Yeah.
Give him his own. Not the field should be named, not Richard. So it's Richard, and we'll add another field, points, and we'll give him 30 points because why not?
He scored hard, man.
Yeah. So there's Richard. Again, this is in no like particular order. It's
Yes,
I
of
think it's
course.
alphabetical, but obviously it's
Okay.
like random stuff. So they're
Cool.
never in any like real order, but you can order them by points. Like
yeah.
Maybe we can quickly do that. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, definitely.
So remember I have to refresh this because there's no thing that's like monitoring
Yeah.
it being updated. But if we load the page, it's loading the page, and then it's going to be like fetching contestants, and then bam, it
Boom.
fetches
Yeah.
us, and it's not in order. I think, how did this guy do it? He got the collection, and then he said order by. So I wonder if we can do this contestants and then say dot order by. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do it there.
Yeah, maybe.
Otherwise, it might be down there in the map. The docs.map thing.
Yeah.
But this might work. Alright, break. No? Unless this is just, it's still compiling. Okay. Oh, sweet. It ordered
cool.
by points, but like, ascending instead of like descending. So it gave me the most.
Okay.
We're playing golf.
Awesome.
I wonder how you can reverse order by.
Maybe we would just have to make like a function and then put it in there.
Yeah, maybe it's like dot like descending or something. Order by, and then you say
Or
dot desk.
yeah, or it's super simple like that.
Maybe over here there's like a order by, you get the field path, which is a string, and then the second one is order by direction. So
Okay.
the second thing in here, is firebase.firestore.order by direction? Direction string. Okay, it's just a direction string. So I guess
Yeah.
descending.
Yeah. See.
This might work.
Cool.
So if we go, I guess I should show people. I just did that. Added
I
the
get.
order by stuff there into our thing. So let's go check the app. Again, it's because we like start. Go away. There we
Oh,
go.
that's pretty fairly simple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just about knowing the docs, which I never know with Firebase. I just need to learn them better.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean,
I was thinking, yes,
yeah,
yeah.
I think like as we go with this now, we'll just try and make everything work first,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
we can clean it up later. Because at the moment, there's no like we're using this again, and it's being used again and again and again. We can just like
Yeah.
like what we could
Okay.
probably do is make like a like turn that get contestants into like a hook.
Yeah.
And like have it have like custom properties, so you could set what order you want to put it in, and like I mean it just ends up being the same thing, but like give it like a
Yeah.
default like configuration.
Yeah.
And then you can move the like is fetching and the contestants result like into there, so you can have like the is fetching like destructured out of that hook
Okay.
and all that
Cool.
stuff. But we will do that later, and we can set it like so that it automatically has the use effect in there, but it actually has a use
Yeah.
effect where it's like managing the snapshots, like so we can really
Okay.
make it a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go look back at code. Do you have any like? I mean, I know it's quite a lot now because you haven't worked with
Yeah.
promises before.
Dude, yeah, like
Um,
none of this is familiar, so I don't really
yeah.
know what's going on. But
So
I am seeing it take shape. Yeah, I am
yeah,
like slowly.
the whole thing with
Yeah.
asynchronous functions is like if you ran like again, if I put like a console.log under here, if I just put like a bunch
Yes.
of stuff in here, this
Yes.
stuff
That'll
will
load
probably
first.
run before the set contestants and set is fetching, because this is an await,
Yes.
so it could take time. Like the way most
Yeah.
people show it in like tutorials is they'll set a timer for like 5 seconds, so
Yes.
they'll wait for the timer to finish, and then
Okay.
only after that then happens, then this stuff runs. And the catch is just what runs if something went wrong during this line, which could happen.
Okay. Cool.
Because like if
Okay.
yeah, if something went wrong here, then it would be like, oh,
Yeah.
something bad happened.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So.
All right.
But in
Have you
general,
pushed
yeah.
this? You haven't pushed this yet, eh?
No. Let me do that now.
Cool.
Just get rid of that.
And then I can just pull and see everything. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Then you can try do your thing that you wanted to do today and do it in here, because yeah, it was hard to check it out in Code Sandbox when we. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I run this, yeah, you should be able to. We've set up Firebase to show contestants from DB. Yeah. Now, obviously, the way it's set up now is when you add contestants to contestant display, it's still going to update the Redux contestants.
Yes.
So
Okay.
if you want to like make another contestants like you can still do what I told you to do by creating Redux contestants and then trying to find the Redux contestants and do stuff like that. Let me just push this so that you are sorted. And yeah, that was cool. It was nice to have some comments. Travis, you're a legend.
Yeah, very cool.
I don't know if you're still watching. I think you gave up on us, but we made some progress. I still want to look into like that gun thing now. Maybe it's really nice.
Yeah.
But I do have an idea now, like of how we could maybe like make this easy.
Cool.
Okay, so that's pretty much that. So yeah, it's quite overwhelming. I guess if you want to read up a little bit more about asynchronous functions, now you know what they are and why you'd use them.
Yes.
The whole point is like we need to wait to get the results. and only then we want to do something.
Yes.
So we don't have that immediately, so we can't just say
Of course.
that this result exists.
Yeah.
Because if we did it like, if we took the value of results immediately, it would be undefined. But we want to wait till the
Okay.
value is given to it, and then we start doing stuff with it.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, it's just kind of,
Awesome.
this is one of those more
Yeah.
complicated things that most people don't use yet. It's what you start using when you
Yeah.
start working with APIs. Is like, you know, you always need
Okay.
to
Cool.
fetch data, so it takes time. And there's
Yeah.
ways to do it in Redux as well. But like, I think if you're going to use Firebase, you don't need Redux, because you can use Firebase to be your source of truth.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
we can set up a thing to make it always streaming. So
Yes.
you just use the streamed value rather than the Redux value.
Okay. Cool.
But then, yeah,
Alright.
if you do still want to use Redux for like keeping the values of the inputs that you're making before submitting it, then you can do it that way. But you could also do that
Okay.
with state, so it's all like very much like do what you want kind of vibe.
Sweet.
So yeah, sorry, that was a bit of a
No, it's chill,
very
man, bro.
confusing session for me too.
Yeah.
But we got it. Looking at docs
Yeah.
and stuff, we managed to
I
do it.
can't. Yeah, that was insane.
So remember this section here.
Yes.
It's get contestants. So it's like, it's the same as what we did above. It's just that
It's saying
they're
your
two different
weight with
syntax ways of
percent.
doing it. This one that we're using now is the newer way, and this is the old way
Okay.
before we had the like async await kind of thing.
Okay. Cool.
So I think it's easier to learn it this way, to say like do this and then this will happen. But if an error happens, catch this. But you know, this ends up
Cool.
being like cleaner, I think,
Awesome.
because you don't have this like chained events kind of thing going on the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't always have to have like the catch alert. You can just always assume that it's going to work. Like if you know that this is going to be a timer, you're not going to have a catch. Like nothing wrong is going to
Yeah, yeah.
happen. Yeah. What I
Okay,
actually
cool.
think we need to do is put the catch in over here and have it happen
Sweet.
like there rather than doing it where we implement it. So let me do that now, actually.
Okay.
So I'll make the try, and then we'll, yeah, sorry.
Oh, so
Trash.
do that all in this instead
Yeah.
of having them separate.
And
Okay.
then the catch will go, oh my gosh, why is it happening there? Move my cursor. Catch EX. And then we obviously just won't have this thing here. Why did that happen twice? Okay, cool. And now we don't need this try here anymore.
Okay.
And that should theoretically work.
Thereby catch something. What?
I think it's just being slightly weird. It might. Try expected. There's a try. What do you want? Like, unless I put the return down there, but that's not right.
Oh, there we
I
go.
mean, it's fine now. I don't know why it was doing it. So now if we did our app, we load it, it works. So yeah, it says you're
Okay,
using
cool.
development build, like, you know.
Cool.
Yeah, because what you're supposed to do is import like specifically what you need, not the whole of Firebase. But
Yeah.
so you import like Firebase slash, you know, app or something. Yeah, but we're just being lazy now and importing everything because we can.
Yeah.
So let me
Awesome.
just do that. Sorry, git add minor cleanup. So that you can go and pull this.
Cool.
I said push.
And I
Yeah,
just I can just pull, right?
yeah. If you do get pull, then it will pull this. Basically, it will update your existing code base with this.
Cool.
So you should be good to go. And yeah, that's that for now. Again, if you want to go try what you were trying to do today but didn't manage to do, like, totally go for it. If you want to show me where you were wrong, then I'll check it
Bro,
out
that's the
tonight.
thing. I even went around and I made so what I did is I actually went to, I think, Reducer, and I went to helpers, and then I made a user login function over there, right?
Yeah.
And then in that user login function, what I did over there is, let me just check here. So then I said const user login equals, I just said state, and then in the curly brackets I used the username, right?
Yeah.
And that's the,
So you were trying to actually make the users. Were you just making the password hard coded, and now you're making the user?
no, I was trying to, okay, so when you click on login,
Yeah, it takes you to the login page.
yeah, so it takes us there, and then I wanted to say, okay, but then I added the other it's not there currently,
Yeah,
but
but you
because I
added
took it
another one
out,
where you
the
could
user button
write
that,
in Barry and then admin or something.
yeah, so I was thinking of rather trying to do it in the actual um login, yeah, where it says username, where we enter admin.
Yeah, yeah. So you
And
basically,
yeah,
if the username matches an existing user, I guess.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think the problem with that now is you start
because
off
of the
with no
password.
contestants, unless you hard code the
Yeah,
contestants in as a default. Yeah, you could do that actually.
sure. Okay.
I mean, I could show you that later tonight. We can do another stream if you want.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, because I got
Yeah,
my direction. I just went way off the course.
yeah,
I
it's
was
cool. And then let's do that
yeah,
later tonight. Do you want to do 9 again, or?
yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, then we just do that and we take the break from Firebase so that we can focus on
Cool.
just stuff. But I get
Yeah,
what you mean. So
yeah,
we take an existing user and you can only log in as an existing user kind of vibe.
yeah, and it takes you to that specific user and just shows the rank, the name, and the point.
Yeah,
Just just as a learning thing, we can delete that afterwards. But I just wanted to do it just as to learn, and that's why I try to add an input there as well. But
yeah,
yeah, and
that
then
makes sense. It's just a bit weird because it doesn't fit what we're kind of doing with Firebase. Because if you wanted to do it with Firebase, you'd have to create a user person first
yeah,
before making them a
that's
contestant.
what I was
Or
thinking.
yeah, I mean theoretically it would work, but you can't you won't have
Mhm.
a login for them.
Yeah,
Unless so what you'd actually want to do is just make it so that there's a user page. Yeah. Uh, so you could make the user a link and go to them. So you don't have to be logged in
yeah,
to see that user, Like the point of logging in is actually to be the administrator to
yeah.
update the scoreboards and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
yes, that's it.
Um,
Yeah. So
so
you can make a whole separate thing for the.
yeah,
Okay.
an individual user logging in, that would be a whole different
So then
roles
giving it.
thing, and yeah.
Okay. So giving it the other input field would be the right way to do it, eh?
Um, yeah, I'm a bit confused by that. Basically, I know what you want to do, and I know we can totally do that tonight. But
Yes.
um,
Cool.
yeah, it's very much
We'll see. We'll see as we go,
yeah,
my bro. Yeah.
yeah. Let's think about it tonight, and we can decide what would be best and what we want to do are probably very different, and we can just do what we want to do tonight.
Cool.
Ignoring Firebase and focusing on what you already know.
Awesome, my bro.
Cool. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, but we'll chat. I guess we can probably
Cool, man.
cut the stream. So cheers, guys. I
Yeah,
hope you
sweet.
enjoyed. I'll stay on the chat for a bit longer if you guys want to chat, and I'll just reply on chat for
Later,
a
peeps.
bit. So, but yeah, cutting the stream.